The studio lights were brighter than usual, casting long, sharp shadows across the polished floor. Soft background music hummed through the speakers, setting a tone that was almost serene. The audience clapped politely, smiles perfectly rehearsed. Every head turn choreographed. The host entered with her usual radiant smile and welcomed the guest, an international superstar whose public persona was flawless. Every gesture, every subtle glance exuded control. She walked confidently to the stage, her heels clicking against the polished floor. She sat upright on the couch, legs crossed, hands neatly folded on her lap. She smiled at the camera. And yet something was off. Her eyes were sharp, scanning, calculating. Behind that calm exterior, an undercurrent of tension hid beneath the surface. The floor manager noticed the stiffness in her posture and the unusual precision in her movements. Even her breath seemed measured, deliberate. "Welcome back," the host said, her tone bright. "It's been a while and we're thrilled to have you here." "Yes," the actress replied, her voice smooth but slightly cold. "It's been too long." The interview began as usual. Small talk about upcoming projects, charity work, and lighthearted personal anecdotes. The audience relaxed. Smiles were exchanged. Everything seemed perfectly normal. But behind the cameras, a junior producer leaned toward the director. "Do you feel it too? Or is it just me? She looks scared." The director said nothing, eyes fixed on the monitor. Then the host casually asked, "You took a long break last year. Some rumors suggested it was for personal reasons. Care to clear that up?" The actress froze, not dramatically, not obviously, but the stillness was palpable. Her smile remained, but her eyes darted toward the far left camera, one that wasn't live. Her fingers tightened against her knee. "It was necessary," she said. Silence followed. The audience didn't notice, but the sound technician did, because her microphone had captured something else, a barely audible whisper. "Don't ask that." The technician's heart skipped a beat. The host attempted to recover with a light laugh. "Oh, okay. Well," but the actress interrupted herself before the conversation could continue. "This question shouldn't have been asked," she said quietly, but with a firmness that cut through the studio air. The audience chuckled nervously, assuming it was part of the banter, but backstage, tension gripped every crew member. Something had gone very wrong. The host leaned slightly forward, sensing the shift in energy. "Are you okay?" she asked gently. "Yes," the actress replied instantly, too quickly. "Of course." Her eyes, however, betrayed the slightest flicker of fear, gone almost as soon as it appeared. The director signaled the host to move on, but curiosity had already tightened its grip. "You've always been open with your fans," the host continued. "Many were worried about your absence." The actress's smile cracked for a split second. Then she leaned closer to the host, her voice a low whisper. "They shouldn't be." The audience laughed nervously, assuming it was a joke, but the control room did not laugh. The sound technician replayed the audio. The whisper was real. "Don't ask that." The floor manager's eyes caught a glimpse of something on her ankle, partially hidden under her tailored pants. A small metallic device, an ankle monitor. "What the hell is that?" he muttered. Security shrugged. They weren't briefed on any such device. On stage, the host tried again to regain control. "Let's talk about your new film." "No," the actress interrupted, shaking her head. The host blinked. "No?" Her voice dropped to a calm but commanding level. "There are people watching this. Right now." The air in the studio turned heavy. The audience went silent. Then she stared directly into the main camera, deliberately this time. "If anything happens to me after today," she said, her voice eerily calm, "remember this wasn't an accident." The gasps in the room were almost audible. The host rose slightly. "We're going to take a break." "No," the actress interrupted, standing now. "If you cut the feed, they win." The red on-air sign seemed to glow brighter than ever. Backstage, phones started buzzing frantically. Unknown numbers. Every screen lit up with a single repeated message. "Stop the broadcast!" The director made a choice that could end his career, or save a life. "Keep rolling," he said quietly. The actress exhaled as if she had been holding her breath for months. "I didn't disappear last year," she began, her voice steady now. I was silenced. Security moved closer, unsure who they were protecting, from her or for her. I signed a contract, she continued. Not for a movie. For obedience. The audience sat frozen. They own recordings, evidence, things that destroy lives. And if I speak... She lifted her pant leg. The ankle monitor was fully visible now. They know where I am always. The host whispered, "Oh my God." Suddenly, a man appeared near the stage, claiming to be part of the crew. The floor manager shouted, "He's not on the list!" The actress didn't flinch. "See?" she said quietly. "This is how it works." Before anyone could intervene, the man grabbed her arm. Chaos erupted. Security tackled him, cutting the feed to black. But it was too late. Millions had already seen it. Hours later, the story was everywhere. Authorities were involved. Names leaked. Investigations were underway. The actress was taken into protective custody. Days passed. Weeks passed. Then, during the next episode, a final update appeared. The host looked into the camera, eyes heavy. "Our guest is safe," she said. "And for the first time, free." Sometimes suspense isn't about what you imagine. It's about realizing the danger was real the entire time.